What is up, Frog fans? This is Postgame Beers. We are the Lupton Drinking Club, at least part of the Lupton Drinking Club. I'm the host tonight, JD Sailors, joined by the producer, Ray Cartwright. And that is it. MK still traveling, Martin's working, and Garrett's got a lot going on with, man, he had oldest birthday and youngest on the way. So it's a busy time for the horse. So
horse is busy, but to be honest, this is the show the people want. I mean,
right.
If we're being honest.
Not the show I want. I actually texted Perk to see if he could join. He said he'd be good to go about 8:30 or 9. So I said, yeah, that's all right. That's all right. But yeah, Ray and I are here. We'll recap the weekend that was for Frogball USA, 2 out of 3 weekend in Lubbock. But first, let's shout out Long Drink, the Finnish Long Drink, the delicious Long Drink. I don't have mine right now, and I really wish I did. So Ray's gonna drink double for me. What flavor you got, Ray?
I am rocking, of course, as always, zero sugar. It's my go-to every time.
Zero sugar, yeah. The new pineapple flavor's out. It's delicious. It's also the sugar-free pineapple, the sugar-free peach. Go to Specs, pick up some Long Drink. Go to ChinookSeedery.com. Re-up on seeds. A lot of you guys put in orders at the beginning of the year. I know you're starting to run low. So guess what? Go back to ChinookSeedery.com. Order again, and again, you will get 10% off using promo code LDC.
Restock them shelves. Conference plays in full swing.
Last and certainly not least, Anduno travel bags. Guys, we've been preaching this. If you haven't checked these out yet, you got to do it. Nicest bags out there on the market for a price that's unbeatable. Use LDC 2025 to get 10% off your order. Great gym bag. Great. I use it for work. I use it for gym. Martin used his to go to Lubbock. He will give us a full review of the Anduno travel bag on Thursday for the deep dish, but I got a quote that said, I used the fuck out of that bag.
I was just laughing at your quote. I use it for gym.
Use it for the gym, for work, for the gym. Yeah. It's a great bag, man. Go check it out. Anduno.us, promo code LDC 2025. All right. Ray, anything you have before we get into Frogball?
Couple things. How's your bracket doing?
Great. I knew it was going to be a chalky year from what I read, and the chalk has played out. So I'm in the running in all of my pools. A lot of people decided to go against the grain and go upsets this year. They're hurting.
Oh, man, dude. Bad year for upsets. It is.
So I've never done a women's bracket, but I got to imagine every year's chalky, right?
No. I mean, for the first couple of rounds, it usually – there's not like a big – 13-14 upset, we'll sometimes see in men's basketball. But man, dude, so I didn't fill out a men's bracket, but I am rocking that women's bracket. I've only missed 2 picks through the first 2 rounds so far.
I was looking at it. I glanced at it earlier today. It seems like if you just pick off favorites, then you're tied with Ray.
See, no, that's not true because I had Oregon upsetting whoever they played. Don't even remember.
Yeah.
I picked Oregon, 10 seed.
You're quickly getting out of my depth. I don't know about Oregon. I know that TC won. That was cool. I got to catch the last 5 minutes of that. It looked like a really cool scene.
Oh, my God. Like, everyone knows I love women's sports at TCU. I think women's sports are king at TCU. It's awesome.
King, huh?
Well,
you mean queen?
What are genders these days? The atmosphere yesterday, insane, incredible. That's everything that I've wanted for a TCU women's sporting event and more. It was incredible.
Yeah, it looked like it, man. What was the crowd? Like 7,000. It said it was the largest women's basketball game. How many men's games have topped that?
Largest women's sporting event.
Right.
Beating
which
volleyball.
Would also include basketball. So I'm just curious to how many men's games have filled it up more than that.
Men's basketball, I'm not sure.
There was that Texas game a couple years ago, which I think was the last basketball game I went to.
Yeah. I haven't been to very many, well, since probably a couple of years ago, men's games. But
Yeah.
incredible record.
So now
Just
what? They
beat
got to go.
volleyball.
Yeah. Do they got to go on the road now to Notre Dame since
No.
every game's at home? Or
No. It's only the first 2 rounds, Jacob. God, you
I don't know.
both.
I've never had a reason to watch this tournament until now.
Now they go to a neutral site. They're going to Birmingham.
Oh, that's
Alabama.
Irish country, I think.
I don't think so. That's frog.
Big Notre Dame contingent in Birmingham.
Oh man, get the lily pads out. It's frog season.
Are you traveling? You packing your Anduno and going to Birmingham, or?
Well, work.
Yeah, I got it.
Baseball.
Yeah, but it's fun. Yeah, like I said, I caught the last 5 minutes. It looked like I was keeping up with the score while at the grocery store, and they were in control the whole game. So, yeah, I caught the last 5 minutes. It was fun. All right, let's talk about.
Before
what do you got?
Start, I have to do.
Okay, what do you got? Okay.
We scoot the camera back.
Shout out to everybody on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
right, you got to describe what's going on here
for the pod, Jacob.
What? Why? What? What is? Ray is dunking his face in a bowl of ice water.
Woo, this is refreshing. I am refreshed. I am ready to podcast now.
I don't get it. Is this some kind of like, is this what CEOs do at 4 in the morning? Or, oh yeah, you couldn't hear me. All right, so explain what just happened for everybody not watching on YouTube.
So if you are on X any amount of time, all you have seen are these videos of this guy in his morning routine.
So it is some CEO 4 a.m. shit.
It is some CEO 4 a.m. type bullshit. And I mean, he takes it to a whole nother level. I mean, he's usually got like a whole basket of fruit in that water with him.
Okay, so I saw some people parroting this, because I guess that's what happens immediately after something goes viral. You always see a million parodies, and this dude was pouring like Busch Light to a bowl of ice water.
Maybe I should have poured some long drink in there.
Well, yeah, Thomas said, don't let that water go to waste. You got to drink it now.
Yeah, duh, for sure. Here, actually, live on the air. Hey,
okay.
Actually, but if we're being for real, that actually kind of felt really good.
Well, maybe I should do that, man, because I'm not fully. It was a long day at work, so I'm dragging a little bit. So maybe you can do the recaps,
dude. I am broadcasting at 110%. If I get this dang sun out of my face, oh my goodness, I am bad.
Well, at least you're not all pale like I am. I got the worst lighting in here. It's awful. I need to buy like a backlight for my laptop or something. Yeah, anyway, enough of that. Let's go to Friday night where Tommy Lepore was on the mound. And TCU didn't really need him because they jump out and spank Texas Tech 13-2. This thing was over over by the 4th inning as the Frogs led 6-1, and it didn't even feel that close. Frogs continue to pour it on all the way to the end until, let's see, finished 13-2. That was a very choppy recap. Where is MK? Tommy Lepore gets the win. Let's see. He went 6 innings, gave up 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Very solid. From there, a bullpen of Lucas Shin, Luis Rodriguez, and Zach James brought it home. Texas Tech was brutal in the field as only 6 of the 13 runs ended up being earned. Mac Heward takes the loss for Tech. And the star of this one is a name that we will talk about a lot on this episode is Sawyer Strasnider, who went 4 for 6 with 2 doubles. Now, one of them got lost in the sun, but hey, man, when you're hot, you're hot.
Dude, yeah.
What do you got? What do you got on this game?
So we did a Toadcast during this.
Of course.
I think the best comment of the night was we were talking men activities like in the middle of the 6th inning, and some I forget who said it, was like, things are going well for frog ball when you're not even really paying attention to the game. You're just talking fishing.
Yeah, you're talking about fly fishing in the 6th inning of a road conference game against a rival.
On a Friday night.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Nolan Traeger hit a triple. Silva hit a home run. The Frogs steal 4 bases. Tech pitchers hit 4 batters. Just an absolutely absurd game from the Red Raiders.
Dude.
Absurd game.
You and Martin were all over it Thursday going into it should be green lights all weekend.
Yeah.
Tech cannot control the run game.
No, and that was on full display. Man, the Frogs just pantsed the Red Raiders in this one. We can come back to this, but I'm going to go ahead and use that as a segue because the problem with Tech playing such an embarrassing game is, some things were said in that locker room afterwards, and you knew Texas Tech was going to play with a little more focus on Saturday, and they did. As they hold off TCU and win 7-6, they played a clean game in this one. TCU's bats couldn't quite get enough going in this one to overcome a rough start from Noah Franco, freshman making his second start. Yes, his first was against Arizona State. He only goes 1 inning. He gives up 4 runs, 4 walks, 2 hits, gives way to Cohen Feaser, who really kept TCU in this and allowed them to claw their way back. Nate Stern came in for Cohen Feaser, got the last out of the inning, started the 6th inning?
No, 4th inning.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. 4th inning. Tech takes the lead in that inning. Braden Sloan comes in, pitches 4 innings. He was charged with 1 run, but my God, man, if I'm charting this game, when I do chart this game, I'm tempted to write in bullshit umpiring as the reason for that run, because I believe it was Damian Bravo at the plate. He gets not a check swing, he gets a full swing of Damian Bravo. The umpire appeals, and they say he didn't swing. Next pitch, base hit. That was the winning run for Tech. Frogs threatened in the ninth to get a home run from Chase Brunson, but unfortunately, that one bullshit run allowed by the umpiring is the difference in this one. Tech evens the series at 1. Ray.
Yeah, so we talked about with freshmen, you're going to get really spectacular moments of brilliance, but there's also, you're going to get some inconsistency there. And we got that from our young burgeoning superstar, Noah Franco, on the mound.
Yeah.
He was kind of squeezed a little bit, I thought, early. And then
he
was.
It
forced him to kind of like
aim a little bit.
Yeah, like try to.
It looked like
pitch, and then you're overthrowing now, and next thing you know, the wheels are falling off.
Yeah, it looked like towards the end of his outing there, because he pitched into the second. He didn't record an out in the second, but it looked like in that second inning it was kind of throw and pray.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's tough, dude. It's not just freshmen. I mean, we've seen Brian Howard go to Lubbock and completely lose it out there. I mean, we've seen other guys a couple years ago when we were out there last, that 19-18 game or whatever.
I was saying it on Thursday.
No, this was weird, self-induced.
Dude,
whatever.
Weird vibes out there.
Well, Cohen Feaser pitched 2 1/3. He did allow 1 run. 1 walk, 1 strikeout, but he held the Frogs in the game. A 3-run home run from Noah Franco, as a matter of fact, got the Frogs back in it.
Yeah, actually, would that make it a one-run game? Golly,
That would have made it a 5-3 game at the time. TCU tied it up in the 5th. And here's where I kind of take issue in this game. Because we knew the way this game was going, TCU probably wasn't going to jump out and blow them out like we did on Friday. So Braden Sloan was going to be used in this game. I was saying as soon as TCU ties it, Braden Sloan needs to come in.
Right.
So we tie it in the 5th, but it's Nate Stern who comes out. He immediately, I'm trying to remember, he gives up the home run, right? Yeah.
So in the bottom of the 5th, immediate home run on a 3-2 count to Logan Hughes.
Yep. Yeah. And then the next runner is able to reach.
Then walks.
And Nate Stern throws over to first base 4 times in a row, allowing Braden Sloan to rush and get ready. Yeah. That to me says, I mean, I can't speak for Kirk, but it's almost like, man, I screwed up. I should have had Braden Sloan ready to go.
Yeah, a bit of
God bless Nate Stern. I'm not trying to take away from Nate Stern, but I thought once TCU tied it, Sloan should have been ready to go.
I am on the same page with you. I completely agree.
So, yeah, tough way to lose, man, on, not having your ace reliever ready and then getting some bad luck from umpiring. Just that one was tough, man. I was a little upset after this loss.
Yeah, dude. Saturdays once again strike the frogs. It's been a tough
the Saturday
day.
Scaries.
Yeah, forget the Sunday scaries. It's Saturday.
It was so disappointing because, you come out and you absolutely just destroy them on Friday. And you think you got to find a way to win Saturday. You overmatch this team.
Right. And you've got to be expecting you're going to get their absolute best punch on Saturday.
Which is what?
Well, 4 runs in the second inning, right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it, the 4 walks though,
that you overcome that.
That was some kind of self-induced issues though. I mean, Franco only allowed 2 hits. He walked 4. So that was tough, man. I don't want to put it too much on a freshman pitcher making a second start, but I don't know, man. Like, the offense produced 12 hits. Somehow Tech pitching only walked 3. We only had 3 strikeouts. We left 9 on base compared to Tech's 5. Just really tough luck, I think. Not being able to cash in on opportunities.
Last year we looked back when we were recapping the season. We were like, man, series we wish we had back. Cincinnati, Kansas, Oklahoma, right?
Yeah.
But here, at least early on in 25, it's just games, particular games that you wish you could have back. It's not derailing entire weekends.
Yeah. So save that point because we got to talk about Sunday. Yeah. Now, Frogs win this one. Took 11 innings, but Frogs come out on top 9-5. Doesn't sound like an 11 inning score, but they erupted for 4 in the 9th. TCU actually jumped out early in this one, took a lead, which I thought was big coming off the loss on Saturday. But Texas Tech scores 4 in the 3rd. TCU responds with 2 in the 4th. Back and forth game, man. Texas Tech scores 1 in the 6th, TCU 2 in the 7th. And then the back of both teams' bullpen absolutely hold it down for 3.5 innings before TCU goes wild for 4 runs, thanks to, again, Sawyer effing Strasnider, 2 home runs on the day, basically carried the offense.
Dude, yeah, you should put an Sawyer, 9, Texas Tech 5, basically.
Yeah, so 3 for 5, 2 home runs, 6 RBI. Monster day, dude.
Just an insane day from the freshman. I mean,
Frogs in total get 13 hits. Strasnider only had 3 of those 13, but 2 of them being home runs, including a game tying home run and a game winning home run. I mean,
and
monster.
I believe he had a 2-run single to bring the Frogs back within one. I want to say made it a 4-3
the bases loaded
ball.
single, which Nolan Traeger missed the plate.
No, I went back and
Nolan
looked at that
Traeger
today.
missed.
No.
Traeger missed the plate.
This is fake news. Jacob is fake news. He caught very corner, corner of the plate with his cleat.
He 1000% did not. Now, if you would have told me he drug his foot across when he was looking into the outfield to see where the hit went and looking down at the bat,
I went and watched.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Nobody else saw it but me, but that's okay. I mean, that's good, right? Texas Tech didn't see it. Man, there were some interesting moments in this one.
Goodness, yes.
I want to talk about the pitching, but also Tech fans, shut the fuck up about umpiring and Jack Arthur. So what inning was it? It was right before the Strauss-Nauer home run.
I mean, the batter
in the 11th.
for
no, in the seventh inning.
The tied the game.
Yeah, so Jack Arthur gets basically a swinging bunt hit, beats it out by a mile. The throw gets away, and he turns around to his left, which is untraditional. Yeah. And then there's kind of like a flinch to second, and then he's going back to the bag. Tech tags him out. Yeah, a flinch, really. And the umpire's like, no, he was not trying to go to second. He's safe. Absolute right call, in my opinion. Tech fans are like, he turned towards second. You're allowed to do that. There's nothing in the rule book that says which way you have to turn around to go back to first base. You can absolutely turn around towards the field to play and come back to first.
Well, they're taking their cues from Tiny Tim Tadlock because he's out there making a ruckus. What do you mean? He turned. Look at him. He turned to second. Dude's out. Review. Get together. Do something.
Has he always been so crotchety and whiny, or is it just because Tech's having a bad year?
I think he's always been that way, but I
don't remember him being such a Dan Cooley pain in the ass.
But it was on full display this weekend.
Yeah.
Which game was it? Was it Saturday? I think both benches got warnings because like after every Tech pitcher got like a big out, they're like grabbing their crotch, us into the dugout.
Yeah, I'll be real interested on Thursday to hear Martin's take because he was there watching it all, and the camera work on the Texas Tech broadcast was horrific. So there was a lot of game action we missed.
So bad.
So it'll be interesting to hear his take. Let's see. So
appreciate,
especially after Tech was gifted, they were gifted a game-winning run the day before. They're going to complain about them not calling Jack Arthur out on a flinch to second. Like, you have to make an obvious attempt to go to second, like a clear attempt to go to second. And he did not do that.
And dude, so great that the very next batter, Sawyer.
Absolutely.
I mean, dude.
Ball don't lie.
Ball was absolutely murdered.
Yeah.
What, 450 with an exit velo of 110?
Yeah.
Good
yeah.
God.
So his home run in the 11th had an exit velo of 100. Hit well, but not a screamer like the one in the 7th. He just caught that one completely off the sweet spot.
Yeah.
And had it timed up well.
I love what
and he still hit it, 415 or so?
Anyway. Yeah, 415, 420. You know, to give a little insight to the group chat, I love what Perk said. He said Sawyer brought out his 4-iron and hit a little stinger.
Yeah, but he caught it right off the club face, though. So, all right, let's talk.
What was great, dude, and what was great about that on the broadcast, they're talking about, man, Sawyer's trying to really position himself to be Big 12 Player of the Week, Big 12 Newcomer of the League, maybe even National Player, and then dink, and that's going to give TCU the lead. Bravo's not going to get to that one.
Yeah. Boy, I love the depression in their voices.
Oh, my goodness, dude. It was so good because they're so West Texas. So they got that, that thick West Texas accent. You could hear the pain in the voice.
So Frogs used 5 different pitchers in this one. Cole Klecker got the start, went 2 1/3, 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 strikeouts. All the runs came in the 3rd inning. Let's see. A single that scored a run, a home run. Was that a 3-run home run? Yeah, it was. 3-run home run. And that was the end of Klecker's day. I think Cole Klecker can be valuable on this team. I'm not comfortable with him going multiple times through the order.
Yeah. Kind of rough that second time through. He just doesn't have like an elite fastball or an elite
or like an elite off. Like he has good pitches, but nothing elite. He has several good pitches. When he's controlling them, they're good. The problem is when it's not an elite pitch, like a Braden Sloan changeup or a Tommy Laporte fastball, you're coming up a second time through the order. It's very easy easier to adjust to. It's never easy to hit baseballs, but it's easier to adjust to. So I think if you wanted to use him in a starting role while Cademan Parker's out, I think you got to be careful about using him multiple times through the order.
Right.
Because we kind of saw this against DBU as well.
Yeah. One thing I did love, I'm glad you mentioned Parker. He made the road trip, and he was the first guy out of the dugout every half inning when the pitcher's coming off the mound to greet his boys coming off the field.
Yeah.
It was good.
Well, I'm glad he made the road trip at least.
Yeah.
I don't know what that says about his availability, but I'm done like worrying about it. Just when he pitches, he pitches. So Mason Brassfield came in, did a pretty good job, went 3 2/3, 5 hits, but only 1 run allowed, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Cade Udy, masterful job there late. 3 innings, 4 hits, no runs. And Lucas Shin pitching in extra innings, gets a big double play. He went the 1 inning, gave up a hit, but like I said, got the double play. And then finally, once the Frogs had the lead, Luis Rodriguez closes the door. Little bounce back for him. He also pitched on Friday and looked good. Do I have that right? He pitched on Friday, right?
He did.
I'm not crazy. Yeah, he did.
A clean it, or did he go a clean inning?
So I'm starting to wonder if Lewis was going to pitch, but it looked like they were saving him for when the Frogs took the lead. I don't think the plan was to wait till the Frogs had a 4-run lead. They were probably thinking we'd have a 1-run lead.
Right.
But you know what? Good for Cade Udy, Mason Brassfield, and Lucas Shin. 3 new guys, 2 freshmen stepping up, and really, I mean, that is 7 2/3 of 1-run ball by those guys. So
can we talk about that Cade Udy 9th inning? First, Kirk, it's a tie game.
All right, I'll tell you this, Ray. I'm going to let you talk about it because after losing on Saturday, and I could not handle a Texas Tech walk-off, so I skipped the 9th inning.
Oh, man.
So tell me what I missed.
Okay. You bring Cade Udy out there, top of the 9th for his, I want to believe it's his 3rd inning of work, right?
Correct.
Battling. I mean, he's only at 27 pitches, good pitch count, so there shouldn't be really any fatigue there. Leadoff guy, 9-hole. This is your 9-hole hitter too. Gets a single to right, which I mean automatically you're.
I would say going into the 9th that in a walk-off situation, you have to get the 9-hole leadoff out.
You have
to. It's game's over if the 9-hole reaches. Remember, it's like Leote reaching ahead of Corey Seager against the Diamondbacks. Game 1 of the World Series.
Giving you the same vibes too, right?
Yeah.
And
I couldn't handle it, dude. I had to turn it off. I couldn't handle it.
You got their leadoff hitter Thompson up, and Thompson's got wheels. That's a fast dude up.
God, that's a fast MFer out there. That center fielder?
Yes. And that dude, he's pushing bunts. Pushes the first 2 bunts. They just trickle foul. He's got the wrong spin on it, on that dumb turf of theirs. They spin foul. Ballsy, but bunts with 2 strikes. Same location. Kind of right there in no man's land between Cadena and Udy. And Kadena kind of, well, I've seen the last two roll foul. Is this going to roll foul? Waits probably a half second too long to make a call on it. And now all of a sudden it's first and second, nobody out. And you're like, okay, this game's, you're feeling like, oh, dude, we're about to get
first and second for Damian Bravo of all people.
Damian Bravo, one of probably their best hitter. He was last year. One of the best hitters in the Big 12.
It was weird. He didn't play on Friday, but I don't think it would have mattered. No. That result didn't change because Damian Bravo was out, but it was weird not seeing him in the lineup on Friday.
And what I think is even weirder, and Tech fans, for all the bitching and moaning that they've done about umpiring, should be looking right into that dugout and what the actual are we doing? Bunting Bravo, your best hitter.
Yeah, all right. I'll tell you my opinion on that decision. It's a team hoping to win versus going out and taking a win. Like, let's just if we could just get him over to third, maybe we can get him in. Like, let your best hitter hit.
Dude, do not take the bat out of your best hitter. And what's this dude do? The absolute worst case scenario pops up to the catcher.
Hell yeah. Well, the worst case scenario would have been a triple play.
I mean, okay. Yeah, okay. But you're not going to get a triple play on a bunt when you're squaring around.
Sure, a bunt and run, those runners taking off. Oh, yeah. No triple play city.
So now you get one out. And now it's that the Canadian.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're not out of the woods because if Damian Bravo's not their best hitter, Robin Villeneuve is. I'm not even – that's his last name now. I don't care.
I think of like Charlie Villanueva.
Yeah, exactly.
Same last name, right? So he's
so
he on the day.
He was a little quiet in the series. I think I have to look at Saturday, but he was 2 for 5 on Sunday.
Yeah, 2 for 4 at that point. Had already ripped a double into the gap, and you're like, okay, we're not out of it yet. Dude rolls over on kind of a weak ground ball. I mean, Silva has to make a really nice play.
It was that UD slider, right? He just rolled right over top of it. Yeah, I think it's devastating.
Dribbles to short, quick turn, and then, dude, how about the combination of Silva and Kramer turning double plays?
It's very good.
Dude, they're in rhythm.
Yeah, and neither of those double plays there late were easy ones.
No, and that one to get out of the ninth was certainly not easy by any stretch of the imagination. Just an incredible walking of the tightrope from your freshman to get out of that inning. Give you a chance.
Dude. I mean, I'm glad to see it. Like, was it a week ago that I was saying I want to see more Cade Udy?
Yeah.
And I think he pitched in the DBU game. He had a prominent role in that one.
Dude, and you're going to see more Udy going forward.
Well, I think at this point, there's no doubt. There was like a 2-week stretch there where he didn't pitch much, and it was confusing to me. But he's pitching now, and we're going to see a lot of him going forward.
Can't be remiss to get through this game without mentioning I want to say the bottom of the fifth, 2 outs, Charlie Villanueva doubles down the line.
Yeah.
Right to that left field corner. Was it Franco out there?
Yep.
In left field, gets it into Silva, and then Silva just throws an absolute dart. That's one of the best throws you'll see. He was pretty deep.
Yeah.
That's quarter of the way out in left field.
And it's not like he took a crow hop and really tried to gun. He just kind of turned around and flat foot delivered a strike. I think it was Mama Udy on Twitter that said he couldn't have ran and placed it in Traeger's glove any better than that.
That was without all the crow hop. That's Fred McGriff would be proud of that throw. I mean, dude, that was
AAU national championship titles.
Right as Traeger's glove is going down to swipe for the tag, that ball's landing right there. Bam, tag. Out of the inning, yep. It's still a 4-3 game.
And you see why Anthony Silva is far and away the leader for shortstops in defensive runs saved. I mean, he's like doubled up the guy in second place. It's crazy.
It was on full display this weekend.
Oh my God. He was amazing. It's like, okay, so on Sunday, I'm just looking at, all right, let me just randomly pull up his box score. Where is he? Okay, so he was 0 for 3 with a walk. Does anybody care? Do you care?
No, not at all. No. Because you count those runs he's saving. Yeah. Give him an RBI for it.
Yeah, and right. And at the plate, he has hot streaks. He's a streaky hitter at this point. So
hit a home run on what was it, Saturday?
Yeah, that's true. That's right. He sure did. And at that time, the game was not. Yeah, it made it 6-1. He hit a 2-run home run. Great shot too. Opposite way. So, dude, I'm in a completely different mood if we lose that game on Sunday.
I think
it's about as close. I said it was close to a must win without being a must win as you can get.
I tweeted the exact same thing Sunday morning. That was as must win as a March game can be.
Now, I didn't see your tweet because you're still muted because of all the volleyball transfer portal updates, and I don't it's clutter on my timeline, so you're still muted, but we had the same thought there. So I would have faved and retweeted that one had I seen it.
I mean, you lose that one and you're kicking yourself the rest
brother.
Of the season.
It's looking like last year all over again, really.
Dude, I mean, honestly, for real, right? You're going to be looking back whenever you're the 4th, 5th seed in the Big 12 tournament, like, damn.
We got to go on a run to get in the tournament.
Especially when you look around the Big 12 right now. I mean, this conference is up for grabs.
Absolutely.
It's there for the taking. No one's running.
Yeah, Arizona's sitting there at 5-1, but I don't think they've played anyone in the top half of the conference yet.
No, and you get 3 with them.
Yeah,
you got
on the road. Now, we don't have to worry about it. We have a lot of other things to worry about before that point. That's later in the year. I said we need to take this series win and run. I really feel like we should have swept, but getting 2 out of 3 is not the end of the world. That's kind of like minimum requirement, I think, for the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, especially against a team that is as down bad as Texas Tech is.
That's right? If Tech was halfway decent. If Tech was halfway decent, I would say this is great. 2 out of 3 on the road. That's a bad Tech team, dude. That's a bad Tech team.
They're so bad.
So disappointing didn't get the sweep.
They show moments of, kind of brilliance, right? Like they bring in Parrish in his 18 ERA, and you're thinking, okay, we're about to smash this dude.
In the freaking deep dish, I said if we're lucky enough to see Trendon Parrish,
dude,
things are gonna go off. And that MFer almost beat us 4 2/3, and he didn't give up a run until the Strausnatter home run in the 11th. Are you kidding me? Like he was far and away in terms of WAR their worst pitcher, and he comes in looks like an All-American against us for almost 5 damn innings.
Dude, he had us in nuts.
So and I was making this point to people: we don't have to be playing peak baseball right now. As long as we're like yesterday, we got the win. Just take the win and run and try to get better going forward, right?
Stack them. You want to stack wins.
Yeah, I'm not going to apologize for a road win. I'm not going to complain about a series win, but damn, a sweep would have been sweet there.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, you're still in a really good spot coming out of Lubbock. You're 17.
Still in a good spot. Yeah.
You're an insane 8-1 on the road. Oh,
yep. I think that wraps it. Go ahead.
We did have our long road streak snapped on Saturday.
I think it ended at 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too
It's
bad.
pretty impressive.
Yeah. Well, we started a new one. We're at 1. So we got 3 more this weekend to get Houston. We have 2 games against UT Rio Grande Valley, which in years past would have been a joke, kind of we need to run roll. These are now quad 1 games as it stands. like these are big effing games right now, And I think at worst, UT Rio Grande Valley, depending on how the rest of their season goes, they could end the season as a quad 2 opponent.
Dude, yeah, that's going to be as weird as it sounds. And as many times as they have been canceled on by TCU for low RPI, that's going to be a booster come
this is a
right?
big thing on the resume right now. So in its 2 games, dude, you're going to really need some pitching to step up. But I think more importantly, we can't have these long stretches of dry offense where we're just rolling over ground balls and not even threatening outs, not even hitting the ball hard, just weak ground ball. Like there was too much of that yesterday for too long.
Would you like the pitching
too long a stretch
for Tuesday, Wednesday?
Do we have confirmed starters?
Confirmed, yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm very interested in this.
As speculated earlier, Trevor Baumler and Zach James.
All right. Looking for some turnaround from those guys. Especially Baumler.
Baumler, building. Zach James was pretty good his last
Zach James has shown some flashes. Yeah, now he just needs to do it while starting a game. I don't think either of them go very long. Baumler could if he's on. I hope he does, but this could be a couple 4-inning games of every inning's a pitching change.
You don't need, but you would really like to see Baumler get you 4 or 5 on Tuesday.
Brother, I'd be doing cartwheels if he gives us 4 or 5.
Because you're thinking, dude, you've got a game on Wednesday. That's 9 innings you got to account for. Then quick turnaround going down to Houston.
Yeah.
I mean, if you also think about kind of
and that to the point about Houston, let's just go ahead and extend what I said about the offense to that. Like they need to put runs up.
This offense needs to keep on playing the way they've been playing this weekend, right?
And I would like to see it without the benefit of 9 unearned runs. I'd like to see them just string hits together, put up crooked numbers. Because, man, they just go into these dry spells during games. It's crazy to me.
Dude, so I'm thinking of schedule building right now.
Yeah.
And you can't control how your conference schedule is built, right? But you can control all your non-conference. I think it's a little disrespect. You think Kurt looked at this weekend sandwich of Tech and Houston and said, looks pretty easy. Let me schedule two midweeks.
That week. Against Rio Grande Valley, this is normal because of the travel.
Yeah,
they'll play 2 games, but as far as
been earlier in the season.
Yeah, but you got to think of it too. You have to work it out with UTA and DBU, with their availability. So it could just be where it fell. Do you have who's going for UTRGV?
If you vamp for 2 seconds, I can go to UT. I'll see if they their preview.
So these WAR numbers that I'm tracking, they can be kind of harsh for pitchers. Braden Sloan is sitting at a 0.95. Tommy Lepore is at a 0.69. Those the very good numbers for both those guys. Do you know where Baumler and Zach James are right now?
Probably lower half.
Zach James, negative 0.19. Trevor Baumler, negative 0.36. So they need to reverse some recent trends.
Looking at Rio Grande Valley's preview.
If you don't have it, that's fine. I'm just
doesn't
curious.
Doesn't name a starter in their
Okay.
Usually most previews, if you go to a team's site,
Yeah.
will have the starter in there, but not seeing one.
So their pitching overall is pretty decent. Really buoyed by their top two guys, but kind of the rest of their guys are all kind of stacked in the middle. They don't really have anyone at the as low as TCU does right now. Now they've played different competition, right? But still, I think this is a challenging matchup.
Last week they played 2 against Texas Southern, and it looks like an Angelo Cabrero, Cabral.
Okay.
Went 7 innings of shutout ball, 9 strikeouts.
Yeah, I'm considering the opponent there,
Considering the opponent.
Yeah, he's their third highest pitcher in WAR in terms of WAR.
And then Wednesday, looks like they got 6 innings out of a Darren Barrera. If I could roll my R's, I would roll some R's there.
He's kind of in the lower middle of the pack of their WAR grouping. I don't really want to do deep dish, but I'm just trying to give a little preview of UTRGV.
Yeah, 6 innings, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, no runs.
Yeah, dude, it's going to be a challenge as far as hitters go. They have a few guys, man. Let's see, Easton Mumau, or as I'm going to call him, Easton Mumu. He's their third baseman. He has a WAR of 1.49, which is higher than anybody on TCU. So, kind of a monster there. Another guy I'll give you real quick. Oh, golly. Why are college baseball names all like this? Armani Raygoza is what we're going to go with. 1.37 WAR.
Pronunciation's hard. They need to do, I've seen it done on team sites before where they'll put the pronunciation guide.
Yeah.
With I need a pronunciation guide.
Sawyer Stroh-Snyder is now the TCU leader in position player WAR at 1.36.
Understandable. I mean, if you have a 10 to 20 week, that'll
yeah. Silva's at 1.35, so he passed Silva.
And so I mean that defensive WAR, it's got to be
Silva's is buoyed a lot. I think on Thursday, let's talk about Chase Brunson. I feel like he's getting overlooked, and he's kind of having a great year.
Oh, my goodness.
We don't really talk about him enough.
He has a long hit streak, unless he didn't get a hit on Saturday.
He got a home run on Saturday.
Okay.
So
there you go. He's got like an incredibly, I want to say 15 games, 17 games.
I think it's like 18 or so, 17 or 18. We'll look that up for Thursday. But yeah, Frog's Take on Rio Grande Valley starting tomorrow, 6:00. Tickets are half off. So if you're on the fence about going and you don't want to pay the $20, don't worry about it. Pay $10. Go catch some frog ball. Will you catch either of these games?
Live and in person?
Yeah.
No, it's hard. Not getting off work until 5 or so.
Welcome to living in Dallas.
Dude, it's not great. Bring me home.
I went to some Tuesday games last year. I get there like at the 3rd inning. So
yeah, dude, it's so funny. All I think about now is how first year of the LDC, I used to just clown on you. Like, Jacob, how are you not making these important midweek games?
Okay, but I went to like 40 games that year.
Dude, and you will and have made more midweek games than I'm going to be able to make. Dude,
Thank you.
It's so impossible for me.
Yeah, I want you to retract everything you ever said about me coming from Dallas for 40 plus games.
So we're at the 50-minute mark of this episode of Postgame Beers.
No, let's end it. Stars hockey on. Let's get out of here.
Apologize to absolutely no one.
Yeah, shut up. All right, shout out to everybody watching. Thanks for bearing with us while we work around scheduling issues, and it's just the me and Ray show. So hope you enjoyed it. We will talk to you guys Thursday for the deep dish. Okay. Yeah.
D1
Yeah.
baseball.
So it's on, D1 baseball. You got to subscribe, and then there's Synergy Stats, and it's pretty awesome stuff. I'm just kind of just now like really digging into it. I'm playing around with some different ideas on how to visualize this stuff, and now that we're getting to the point in the season where the data is becoming more relevant, it's starting to become pretty fun to look at. So it's on D1. Go subscribe. They're great people over there. Great analytics tool, great analytics partner that they have. So with that, Ray, let's get out of here. Go Frogs.
Go Frogs.